This is a 190 Q&A practice test. Plaintiff Attorney Mr. Morris, capital M-O-R-R-I-S. Defense Attorney Ms. M.S. period Rios, capital R-I-O-S. And we'll start with the plaintiff attorney. Ready? And what you'd have to do is do further investigation, such as they did in the forensic science lab by checking his blood, correct? Correct. And what you found as to these drugs, there would not have been any impairment on him at the time of the accident, these being the drugs listed or alcohol listed on Exhibit 22, correct? Calls for expert opinion. You may answer, correct. All right, are you aware of any other drugs that Mike Collins or medicines that he was taking at the time of the accident? No. Do you have any evidence whatsoever that he was under the effects of anything else? Strike that question. Do you have any evidence or even hint of indication that Mike Collins was taking any medicines, drugs, anything whatsoever, and was under the effects of such at the time of this accident? May call for an expert opinion. You may answer, no. Now this forensic science lab, it tested for pain medication, did it not? I'm looking at Exhibit 22. Yes, and because what you'll do is, as lead officer, you want to know if someone is under the effects of pain medication as well, whether it be prescription or not, correct? Correct. You understand that pain medicine can have an effect on a person's ability to drive, their perceptions, reactions, those kinds of things, right? Yes. You were trained that way in the academy, that you need to know about prescription as well as non-prescription medicine, yes, of drivers that are involved in accidents, correct? Correct. Now I know that they took the blood of Mike Collins in this case because I can see the report that was prepared in Exhibit 22. Do you know if anyone asked that the blood of Ms. Santos be taken to see if she was under the effects of any of these drugs and or medicine? No. And when you say you don't know, did you ever ask Ms. Santos' blood be taken to check for any opiates, hydrocodone, morphine, anything like that? No. Did you ever check to see if she was under the effects of any pain medicine? No. So in this case, as far as the investigation that we have, at least thus far, or that we have in this case, strike that. With regard to this case, with regard to the investigation that we have as to the parties, we have a full analysis of the blood of Mike Collins, but we do not have a full analysis of the blood of Ms. Santos, correct? Correct. Lacks foundation, correct. And you don't know if Ms. Santos' blood had been taken. You don't know what these results would be in these columns like we have on 22 for her analysis. True. Calls for speculation. True. As I look through the report, there's a few things I wanted to clarify. When you arrived on scene, you noted here on page 6 that both vehicles had been moved before your arrival, correct? Are you aware of ever seeing either the motorcycle or the van that Ms. Santos was driving where it was at the point the accident actually happened, the crash? No. You never did that? No. Are you aware of anyone who ever saw the van's position at the time of the actual crash, other than Mike Collins and Ms. Santos? The time when Mike Collins and the van came into contact with each other? Yes. I believe one of the witnesses said he saw Mike Collins striking the back of the van. Okay, that's the only person I believe ever saw the collision. Okay, and can you get your report back out? If I could have it, sure, absolutely, and tell me who that witness was. Yes, sir, witness number 1, Ronald Michael White, other than that person who you think said that he saw the actual happening of the accident. Are you aware of there being any other witnesses? No. Okay, now going back to page 6 where you said, quote, both vehicles were moved prior to CHP arrival. With regard to the van, Ms. Santos told you that she pulled the van over to the side of the road, correct? And if we look, I have Exhibit 14, the series of pictures, and I'm looking for there's some photos of the van by the side of the road. Let me just take a moment to go through these. If we look at picture, I'm going to refer to them as CHP. They're 1007211. I'm going to refer to them with the last 4 digits so we can see it. They're numbered here on Exhibit 14. Okay, so 7211 I can see as a picture, and it looks like the van. And do you see where the van is? Yes. And do you see that that two people appear to be sitting by the van or on the van? Yes. And who are they? Do you know? I can't identify them, but I believe one to be Ms. Santos, and I'm not sure who the other person is. Which one would she be, the one on the right or the left, as you're looking at the picture? On the right, sitting on the bumper. Okay, does there appear to be another lady there? I can't see if it's a male or female. Okay, another person? Yes. And did you ever speak to that other person that was sitting there on the bumper of the van with Ms. Santos? No. Okay, and you don't know who that person is? I don't. You didn't get their name and address or phone or anything like that? No. Do you know if that person saw the accident? I do recall somebody coming to the scene after the collision had happened. I don't remember if it was a relative of Ms. Santos or somebody else, a friend, but somebody came there that wasn't a witness to the collision. It was just another person. Okay, would that be while you were there that they arrived? Yes. Okay, and how long did that other person stay while you were there? I don't recall. And do you recall this other person arriving at the scene? Do you know where they came from? No. And do you know how long they stayed at the scene while you were there at the scene? I don't. All you know is they came while you were there? Yes. And the van that you see parked in that position, is that the way the van was parked when you got to the scene of the accident? I can't be sure. Is that the location where the van was parked in? It was in that area. Let me take a look. And again, I'm looking at photograph 7211 for the last, actually 7211, 12, and 13 for those last few questions, correct? Yes. And we have some pictures of the van at 7256. I think it runs, well, let me ask this. If we look at 7256, you see the van that was involved in this accident in that picture? Yes. And where is the van parked in that picture? I'm not sure where this location is. Did you ask Ms. Santos to move the van? I don't believe so. Do you know if she ever did move the van? I don't know. Okay, I'm just curious on how it is. Is this van parked in the same position as it was parked in on 7211, photo 7211? It doesn't appear to be. And do you know who moved the van to whatever position it's at in 7256? No. Okay, if you can go through the photo after 7256 and see if there's another location that the van is parked in. It appears to be on the east, near the east roadway edge of West Valley Road. You're looking at a specific picture. Which one are you looking at? 7261. If I can take a look at that real quick. Okay, so what we can see is 7261. We're working with Exhibit 14, correct? Correct. What we can see is somebody has moved the van basically across the street. Is that right? From where it had been? Correct, farther east. Okay, and do you know why it was moved to that position? I don't. Did you ever see it being moved to that position? I can't recall. Okay, and if you look through at 7286, am I correct in thinking that all those pictures from 7162 to 7286 are all taken with the van in that position that is across the street from where it was when you arrived at the scene? All right, the word list. Mike Collins, capital M-I-K-E, new word, capital C-O-L-L-I-N-S. Ms. M-S period, Santos, capital S-A-N-T-O-S. Ronald Michael White, capital R-O-N-A-L-D, new word, capital M-I-C-H-A-E-L, new word, capital W-H-I-T-E. West Valley Road, capital W-E-S-T, new word, capital V-A-L-L-E-Y, new word, capital R-O-A-D. And that is it for the word list, and that will conclude our 190 Q&A practice test.